Hello and welcome to today's series. I'm not going to joke about this, and let's be honest with ourselves. The economy is actually tough. This is not a new thing. We know how the prices of things are in the market. Coupled with the reality that most of the young people are already graduates and they are actually no job, unless for a fact you have a politician to recommend you or you have somebody to speak on your behalf. I always say this, I'm not against that because I believe that access will give you what education will not give you, right? But nonetheless, for us that do not have that access, what do you do? How do you get these jobs? And the reality on ground is most of us have actually studied different fields in the university that seems to not be employing any longer. Take for instance, myself. I graduated with industrial chemistry with a very good result for that matter. But here I am for over 3 to get into 4 years now. I have never stepped my leg in the laboratory. In fact, I don't even know how to mix compound any longer because that has actually been a very, very long time ago. So now, how did I survive? How do I move? If you need to take a little analysis of Nigerian ecosystem, you realize that most of the degrees we study in university, with the exception of professional degrees like engineers, doctors, nurses, are actually built for government institutions to employ. You can study building technology, you can study economics, agric, and all of that, and you can actually work in any government institution. But that is actually not the reality to the highest employers of labor. And the highest employers of labor in this country are the private sector. Private sector are very disciplined, very organized, and very specific in the number of or the type of talent they want to employ. And when I mean the private sector is, you hardly see in the private sector they are looking for who studied chemistry directly, unless for production type of companies, right? So private sector are very specific. They are looking for sales, they are looking for marketers, they are looking for product managers, they are looking for production managers, they are looking for data analytics, they are looking for developers, they are looking for designers, graphic designers, videographers, a lot of those independent skills. And the reality is, how many of us actually studied that in the university? Quite very few. I would say on a scale of 1 to 10, probably just 1. Now, how do you now adapt to the new reality? How do you build yourself to begin to actually be able to get those kind of jobs and apply? And now in this series, what I'm about to do to you is actually give you a clear path of how to transition from where you are currently at as a graduate with no clarity as to what you want to do, or how to transition into those enabling fields in the private sector to be able to get a good paying job. And so that is what I'm going to do, to just give you that clarity so that you understand how me, Johanna Ayuba, transitioned from being an industrial chemistry to somebody that has done sales, customer support, enterprise service support, and now data analytics. So stay with me on this series as we go deep into how we are going to start this journey. All right, now that we have set the foundation of knowing that there are actually no jobs, but there are jobs, just that the field you studied is not the same thing as what is being advertised. Now, I need to be honest with you, and at this particular point, I want to start from the very foundation. What do I mean from the very foundation? It might sound funny, and a lot of people might relate to it, right? You see all these jobs around: project managers, digital marketers, data analysts, software developers, and all these guys in Lagos, Abuja, packaging and all of that. They tell you they are development professionals, they are quality control guys, they are solution specialists, and all of that. I want you to forget about the titles. What actually matters in all of this field are very few basic things that a lot of us do day to day, but we tend to ignore it and do it the wrong way. First of all, in most of all these jobs you see around, whether with NGOs, with private sector, private companies, the basic things that actually work is to understand discipline. Most of them comes with discipline, communication, attention to detail, and how you relate with people. Now, it might sound bogus, right? But I want to explain. Let's start from the basic things you do every day. And I'm going to give you an example. How many of us have actually sat down to write a proper email? I have received countless funny emails from people. When I say send me an email, you see somebody sending an email like this. No subject, no alignment, no closing. Now compare this to this particular email. How do you think the two of them look like? One looks more presentable, more professional than the other. Now, this is the difference between the current stage you are and the job you want to apply. When you see a company like Maggi, Milo, Bonvita sends somebody from Lagos to come and supervise people in Bauchi State. The difference between you and that person is probably these two emails. He knows how to give proper report, proper account, proper alignment, and you don't even know what an email subject is, how to copy somebody in your email, how to blind copy somebody on your email. And these are actually 2 to 3 minutes knowledge that you can just close. I always say this, all you need to do is just pick up your phone, type in YouTube how to write a proper email. And in 2 minutes, you are done with that knowledge. Secondly, it's quite funny how when you are asked to submit your CV, some people don't even know the difference between submitting a CV in PDF format and in Word document. You end up always sending your CV in Word document, which is very funny as a graduate. Again, even after sending that, you find out that the entire CV is not properly aligned. Now compare these two CVs. This particular CV that you're seeing and this particular CV that you're seeing. Now, and let me relate it to how it actually is very important to you right now. For every job interview, whether it is a technical role or a soft skill role, what I mean by that is whether you're applying as a data analyst, an AI automation engineer, a UI designer, or you are coming in as a customer service person and all of that, do you notice that you have to pass through the HR before you get to the department managers hiring for that position? Now, the role of HR is to first screen you on most of these things I mentioned: communication, discipline, how you present. Now, you submit your application. Once those CVs are not even looking good at all, the HR removes them. Secondly, if you are able to scale to the interview, the HR now begin to ask you basic questions like what kind of culture fit do you look forward to, how you communicate with colleagues, how you manage stress, how you manage conflict in the workplace and all of that. So you see, but don't forget, you are actually applying for a technical role. So you might think that what is your business with answering those questions? So the very foundation I want you to do is knowing the very basis of technology. What are the very basis? Every day you come to social media, you type. You find it very difficult to align your posts. You don't even make it readable. Those are basic skills that you can start developing from how your day-to-day life works. You want to send an email to somebody, you don't check the email, you don't proofread it, you don't align it, you don't have a proper closing, you don't have a proper subject line, and you don't even know how to create an email thread. You probably have sent an email to somebody today. Instead of you to go on that email and create a next thread, you are now creating a new email to that person. Lastly, the issue of security. A lot of us at this present point in time are very, very funny in how they manage security. You are a graduate, right? But your WhatsApp keeps getting hacked every day. Your Facebook keeps getting hacked every day, which is quite interesting. Now, if you cannot manage the basic security of the things you own, I wonder how you are going to see yourself working as a cybersecurity expert or even any role in tech industry. Because let me tell you, for over 3 years, I have worked from home and for international companies. Security is a very, very critical requirement in what we do every day. How you secure your laptop, how your email is secured, because if I get hacked, it's almost directly meaning the company is going to get hacked through me. So how do you manage your WhatsApp security? How do you manage your Facebook security? Somebody listening to me now, and it is totally fine if you don't know, doesn't even know what 2FA is, two-factor authentication, doesn't even know how to generate random password, how to have a password vault on your phone so that you always are having that backup and confidence that you will not get hacked. Let's start from there. Can you go over your phones and ensure that you have these basic things set up? Another funny point I want to make is social media. I don't want to be controversial in this aspect, but a lot of people don't understand what social media is and what it can do to you. You keep applying for jobs, you want to work for international companies, you want to work for international organizations, but you don't know that in today's world, most companies interpret who you are via your social media. I'm not saying you should not have a personal opinion on your own, no. But let me tell you for a fact, and I have countless of examples, countless of friends that have fallen victims of this. If you notice, I'd hardly involve in controversial activities or post anyhow on social media. Because why? My organization might be watching, my organization might be looking. My opinion is actually to myself. Social media is a public space. So it is believed that whatever you post, that is not just your personal opinion. You are trying to also force it on somebody. So that's why I beg you, if you have controversial issues, controversial opinions, if it is not highly necessary for you to involve yourself, please don't. And I'm going to give you some more example. Even the United States Embassy have enacted a law that mandates all visa applications should come with social media profiles, so that they first check who you are. Are you an extremist? Are you a fanatic? Are you a this or somebody that promotes hatred, bigotry, or personal attacks before you are deemed fit to get access? Funny thing is, again, how people share information without verification. We fall victims to that. You see a message on WhatsApp saying, follow this link to win 50 MB data. No, this politician is sharing 30,000, follow this link. It's funny when I see somebody that is supposed to be learned falling victim of that. There is no free money anywhere. There is no free data anywhere. There is no free anything anywhere. You cannot just see a link and say, share to 20 groups, share to 10 groups, share to this, and you get. Now, that is outrightly outrageous. You are not supposed to do that as a graduate or as somebody that wants to get a job. Last, let's talk about sharing information you come across on social media. Please, it is very funny when I see people, you just see somebody like you, not a professional journalist, not an author in a field, not a government agency, not a government confirmed media person, post out something. The least you can do is just to take 2 minutes, use Google search, check across other official handles to see if those informations are true before you feel the urge to share. A lot of people come across information that suits their ear and they just want to pass it across. How do you trust the person that posted it? Is it a government official handle? Is it a government official platform? That's why a lot of people fall scam to job applications through your very act of kindness or not so kind. When you see job applications, when you see a link that says apply for jobs, if you have NCD, submit your job. Please, it doesn't cost you much to take 5 minutes. Go to Google, check which company, check their official handles, and confirm, do they have this there on the official handle? If not, you have no business sharing those information. Please, let's take note of it. They are very basic, but they are the foundation of having a digital hygiene that will make you build a digital career and get a proper paying job. Thank you, and see you next.